Ramos Gin Fizz. Creamy, fluffy, with a big foamy crown, but it's also known as the bartender's nightmare. Can we change that? Today I'll show you how to make the classic Ramos, plus a pair of ingredients twists, including bringing the ABV down, without compromising on the richness. We'll make them 3 different ways, and I'll share a few tips and tricks along the way. Here's the first one already. Make sure your soda water is as cold as possible. Lower temperature means more carbonation and a fluffier cocktail. And keep your glasses freezer cold too. Before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed. And let me know what cocktail I should create a masterclass on next. Now, it's cocktail time.
It's cocktail time.
The Ramos Gin Fizz was invented in 1888 by Henry C. Ramos in New Orleans. And back then, they reportedly shook each one for 12 minutes. That's a lot of shaking. It's said it became so popular that Ramos had to hire a team of shaker boys just to keep up. The OGs will know we already tackled the Ramos a while back. I even got a shaker boy to help out. That was a fun one to make, but we also created some variations, including a clarified version and a violet one. Yeah, we like to experiment here on Cocktail Time, and we'll do that today too. But first, we're going back to the roots. Let's start with what you'll need for the classic Ramos Gin Fizz. Gin, of course. For sweetness, I like to use vanilla syrup. Then we have a combination of lime and lemon juices, a tiny amount of orange blossom water, some saline solution, cream, and egg white to make it fluffy and rich, and soda to make it light and rise up over the rim of the glass. With the glass already in the freezer, we can start making the cocktail. First I'll separate the egg white, which I'll add last. This bonus hack was already featured in my Cocktail Hacks episode, so let's continue by adding everything except the soda water into our chilled shaker. 2 ounces or 60 ml of gin. I'm using Beefeater, my go-to workhorse London dry gin. Next, 3/4 ounce or 22.5 ml of vanilla syrup. This was made using a tincture. I'll link that episode so you can check it out. For citrus, let's add 1/2 ounce or 50 ml each of lemon and lime juices. 4 drops of orange blossom water will add a subtle floral character. And we know that 4 drops of saline solution will enhance all of the flavors. Now let's go in with 3/4 ounce or 22.5 ml of cream. And lastly, 1 ounce or 30 ml of egg white. I usually go with less for sour cocktails, but here we really want to create that big foamy head. When it comes to the notorious Ramos shake, I have a tip for you. Instead of shaking for 12 minutes, we'll do a reverse dry shake. And here's why. First you chill, then you emulsify. That gives the cocktail a smoother, fluffier texture. So once you have the ice and the cocktail in your shakers, give it a good hard shake. Then pop open the tins, strain the cocktail, discard the ice, and we'll shake again. This time, just the cocktail. We'll still give some effort into it, but you won't need the help of extra people when it comes to pouring. It's time for tip number 3. Start with 1 ounce or 30 ml of ice-cold soda water in your chilled Herbal glass before you pour in the cocktail. That will make the cocktail bloom. I'll still fine strain this, and you can quickly see the rich foam forming on this cocktail. But don't get too excited and start pouring in more soda water just yet. Wait for the foam to settle and stiffen a bit before you pour in more soda water. You can even place it in the freezer for about 3 minutes. That's exactly what I did. And now it's time to bring this foam up over the rim of the glass. To do that, I first poked a hole in the middle with a straw to make it easier to pour the soda water through the foam. And as you do that, you'll see the foam slowly rising above. Don't go crazy with it, and if you see it tilting, it's time to stop. Success! The Ramos Gin Fizz is creamy, fluffy, and absolutely delicious. It tastes like a grown-up vanilla milkshake, but way more elegant, full-bodied, and super drinkable. That was the classic. Now let's try 2 riffs, made 2 different ways, both with an even lower ABV. That's a style of drinking I've personally been enjoying more and more. First I'll make a herbal version, which requires even less work to get it super creamy. Thanks to this next tip, you can use an easy siphon to make quick and easy work of your next Ramos. I'll walk you through my thought process of creating this drink, as I swap out the original Ramos ingredients. Instead of gin, I'll be using a combination of 2 ingredients as the base. Lillet Blanc, a French wine-based aperitif with herbal, citrusy, and slightly honeyed notes. To boost those herbal elements even more, I'm adding yellow chartreuse. With flavors like honey, mint, and spruce tips, it will pair nicely with Lillet, and its saffron undertone will replace the vanilla from the classic. We already have some sweetness from Lillet and chartreuse, so we'll need less of the syrup, but using honeyed syrup will pair it beautifully with a herbal base, and add to that soft mouthfeel. We're keeping the combination of lemon and lime juice, but since lillet already has some acidity, we'll need less of it from our citrus. Orange blossom water still fits the profile, and we're keeping the saline. The cream stays to bring the creaminess, and for the egg white, we won't need as much since we'll be using an easy siphon for the prep. We of course need soda to bring the cocktail above the rim of the glass, but we don't need to pour it in the glass first. So once your easy siphon is cold, we are ready to add in all the ingredients and get it frothy. Start with 1.5 ounce or 45 ml of Lillet Blanc. Lillet Blanc is wine based like vermouth, but it's actually a quinquina. Next, 1/2 ounce or 50 ml of yellow chartreuse. Its green border would make it even more herbal, but with a higher ABV it could overpower the drink. Then it's just 1/2 ounce or 15 ml of honey syrup. For the citrus, go with 3/4 ounce or 22.5 ml of our pre-mixed equal combination of lemon and lime juice. Same as before, I'm adding 4 drops of orange blossom water and 4 drops of saline. Also the same as before, 3/4 ounce or 22.5 ml of cream. And lastly, as mentioned, we need less of the egg white here, so it's 3/4 ounce or 22.5 ml of this as well. Now add 2 to 3 ice cubes, or around 30 grams of ice. Seal the siphon and give it a really good shake. Charge it with 1 nitrous oxide cartridge, then shake again to mix everything evenly. As mentioned, we don't need to add soda first, so just pour our cocktail straight into a chilled Herbal glass. You'll already see that it's even fluffier than the original. We added ingredients for 1 cocktail, but we have enough left over for another smaller Ramos. But just like with the classic, we let the foam settle first. Place it in the freezer again for about 3 minutes. Then poke a small hole in the foam and slowly top up with chilled soda water. Beautiful yet again, and it still holds the straw in the middle. The taste is wonderful, with nice herbal and honeyed notes, but if I'm honest, not just the foam, but the aeration is over the top as well, so I actually prefer the original. With that said, it's definitely a cocktail that's easy to enjoy, and you don't even notice the lower ABV. But let's see if we can make the last one the best. And the easiest, it will be another low ABV version, this one with the floral and berry notes taking center stage. Perfect for the spring and early summer. Just like before, I'll walk you through how I reworked the classic Ramos recipe. Then I'll show you the smartest way to make it. We'll start again by replacing the classic gin. For this one, I'll be using Lillet Rosé. It's still wine-based, low in ABV, but this one brings the floral aromas, a hint of grapefruit peel and red berry notes. To support those flavors, I'm adding Malfi Gin Rosa. It adds a touch of pink grapefruit and just a little juniper for structure. Since Lillet already brings some sweetness, we're adding just a bit of simple syrup. We didn't have to make a whole new flavored syrup, because we still have our Szechuan pepper tincture. Episode linked below. This aromatic pepper will boost the floral and berry notes. For the citrus, we're again combining lime and lemon, like we did for the second one. I think this change explains itself. Instead of orange blossom water, I'll be using drops of rose water. Saline and cream stays the same, as does the soda water, and we'll also be using the same amount of egg white as we did in the original. Before you start making the drink, make sure you place the glass in the freezer. And here's another tip that you already saw in action. Use a glass that narrows slightly at the top. This shape will compress the foam slightly as it rises and help the foam hold its form. Just make sure it's not too fluffy, like it was with the last one. Start with a chilled shaker. Then first add 1.5 ounce or 45 ml of Lillet Rosé. This was launched back in 2012, and it was the first new product from Lillet in more than 50 years. Follow that with 3/4 ounce or 22.5 ml of Malfi Gin Rosa. Now 1/2 ounce or 50 ml of simple syrup or Szechuan syrup if you happen to have it. Instead, we are just adding 7 drops of Szechuan pepper tincture to bring that floral tingle. Again, Lillet Rosé has some acidity as well, as it's wine based, so we are adding 3/4 ounce or 22.5 ml of mixed lemon and lime juice. Then it's rose water for that floral lift. This time it's 10 drops. 4 drops of saline solution to brighten up all the flavors. And of course, 3/4 ounce or 22.5 ml of cream, the key component of any Ramos cocktail. Lastly, it's 1 ounce or 30 ml of egg white. Before we shake, it's time for the last tip of the day. Use a milk frother to whip up and aerate your Ramos Gin Fizz with a strength of 15 shaker boys. I'll link this one in the description. It's rechargeable, so no messing around with batteries. But same as with the first cocktail, we are first adding ice and give it a shake to chill all the ingredients. No need to go crazy with this one though. That's because we'll now strain it out and use the often mentioned milk frother to whip the cocktail into a thick, stable foam. It's a great way to build texture without over shaking. as we already mentioned in our cocktail hacks episode. Get your chilled glass from the freezer, add a small amount of soda water, then pour in our frothy floral cocktail. We are again letting the foam settle for about 3 minutes before it's time to top it. Once it's ready, we are doing the same thing as before. Gently add cold soda water and we should see the foam rise. Smooth, stable and picture perfect. This one is definitely more floral and also subtly fruity, with a little zing underneath from the tincture. The foam is rich, full but still beautifully airy. Honestly, this method might be my favorite so far. You could achieve the same result with a milk shaker, but we don't have that at the studio yet to try it out. But that's the Ramos Gin Fizz. 3 ways: classic, herbal and floral. Different flavors, different methods. Same fluffy goodness. What cocktail should I do a masterclass on next? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, friends of cocktails. Cheers!